Dave, the bullpen has been excellent, but to see how, I mean, obviously Ben started off really, really well, but to kind of see how things, whether they went awry or kind of were able to lock back in, what would you just say from the group today?
I think, I think we were just not pitching the way we're capable of. I think that certainly Ben, the starter, did a really nice job getting into the third inning. I think we're walking a lot of guys, giving free bases, and having to be perfect to get out of jams. The pitch count with a lot of guys is up, and just giving guys opportunities. But obviously, you can look at those guys, and they're swinging the bats well. We made a lot of mistakes. It was good to see the offense fight back and give us a chance to win. Excited to get home, but there's no sense of panic or reason to panic. Some good things with the offense. Obviously, Mookie showed some life. Andy showed some life this series, which was great. This road trip, actually. And so we'll get some other guys on track. Teo was good. But we got some things to clean up. But, outside of that, we just got to keep moving on.
Jack has been excellent as of late, but if you were to look at today's outing, if there's something that he can just whether learn from this or take something away, what would it be?
Well, I think the thing with Jack is I think there were some uncharacteristic walks, obviously, and he's one of those pitchers that his stuff does play in the hitting zone, and he just didn't give himself a chance. So 3 walks to start his outing certainly wasn't ideal, and that unfortunately was the difference in the game, but shoot, Jack's been great for us.
Dave, last year, part of your identity was how good you guys were on defense and base running. Do you feel like you guys are giving away too many outs on the bases, and where do you see all that being played into one-run games?
I think that was a problem the first couple weeks of the season. It was addressed, and I think the last couple of weeks we've done a really nice job of that. But yeah, today certainly, throwing to the wrong base, which ended up being a run, difference in the ball game right there. Obviously, getting picked off where a rally could have, started brewing. There's just things that, we gave them extra outs, and a team that's playing as well as they are, you just can't afford to do that.
Is controlling the running game part of that as well, just especially being aggressive over the base paths?
Yeah, they were aggressive, and you're trying to throw over and trying to do what you can to prevent it, but that's something that you could see that was part of their MO as far as offensive strategy, and they took full advantage of it.
That at bat with Shohei, runners second, third, and sixth. Is that an example of maybe like being too aggressive, too sort of anxious to try to make something happen there?
Yeah, he got I think it was ball 1 slider, then it was 1-1, and then he had a fastball to hit. And then just got too big with the swing. So, where all you need is a base hit right there. Just, Shohei touches it, it's a chance to slug it. But I think a little bit this series, and even, the last game in Texas when he came back, there was a little over-aggressiveness. The swing's a little bit longer than it typically is.
I think even going back to before the paternity list, he had started to struggle a little bit. Just how weird is it to see him over even a couple week stretch kind of scuffle like he has lately?
It's something we're not used to. I don't know if he's trying to do something, try too hard. There's a couple walks in there, but there's other times where he's getting himself out instead of taking the walk if given to him. That last at bat is a good example of that. But I think this soft day comes at a good time for all of us, and we've got our ace going on Friday. It's going to be a great pitcher's duel, and our guys will be ready, and we got to go out there and have a good homestand.
Any reason why Shohei just played catch and didn't throw a penny today?
I don't know the reason. I haven't heard anything as far as anything of concern. So my expectation is come Saturday he'll throw his full 30-35 pitch bullpen.
Are the Cubs a different team than the one you saw and handled pretty easily in Tokyo?
They are. I think that it's a really good defensive team. I think that when we played them in Tokyo, Tucker really was struggling, and Armstrong, Pete Crow Armstrong has really killed us. And so those two guys alone, and they're just all swinging the bats well. They've pitched decent, but yeah, they're just a much more confident team, and they're a good club. We knew that going into the season. Yeah.
What if I told you that Teoscar Hernandez could make history again in the home run derby, but only under one condition? And what if the Dodgers bullpen is about to land a massive upgrade that could totally change the late innings of our games? Oh, and get this, could our surprise breakout reliever Ben Casparius actually be on the trade block? What's up, Dodgers Nation? This video is packed with heat. We're talking Teoscar Hernandez possibly defending his home run derby crown, rumors linking Ryan Helsley to LA, and whether or not Ben Casparius could be used in a trade. If you breathe Dodgers baseball and ride every pitch like we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's talk Dodgers like true fans. Teoscar Hernandez and the home run derby, only if. Let's kick things off with Teoscar Hernandez. When he signed with us in 2024, a lot of people doubted the move. But by the end of the year, he was the first Dodger in history to win a home run derby. That's right, no Dodger had ever done it before. He had a career year across the board, highest WAR, most home runs, more stolen bases, and was clutch for us during our postseason run. Now in 2025, he's making noise again. Teoscar joined Mookie Betts on his Unbased podcast and hinted that he might return to the home run derby this year, but only if he's selected as an all-star. Yep, he literally said, maybe I'll do it again. Maybe. If I'm an all-star, maybe. I won't go just for the home run derby. And just like that, fans started buzzing. And here's the thing, he's got a legit shot at being an all-star again. Through 21 games, Teoscar is hitting .250 with 5 homers and 17 RBIs. He's rocking a .761 OPS, and remember, he caught that stomach bug that also knocked out Mookie and Kike. But check this out, against lefties, he's absolutely mashing. He's hitting .429 with a ridiculous 1.407 OPS. That's elite territory. Against right-handers, though, he's at .186 with a .532 OPS. So yeah, the split is huge, but you can't deny the upside. He's heating up, and if he makes that all-star squad, how cool would it be to see him go back-to-back in the Derby as a Dodger? Let me know in the comments, should Teoscar run it back and go for a second Derby title? Ben Casparius, breakout star. Or trade piece. Now let's shift to a guy nobody thought we'd be talking about like this, Ben Casparius. This dude exploded onto the scene. He only made 3 regular season appearances in 2024, but in the postseason, he was electric. He pitched in 4 games, including Game 4 of the World Series, and ended the playoffs with a 1.42 ERA. Ice in his veins. Fast forward to 2025, he's been solid but not quite the same. In 9 outings, he's got a 4.11 ERA. Not terrible, but not dominant either. And now, per David Schoenfield of ESPN, there's a chance Casparius could be included in a trade this year. Why? Simple. The Dodgers have 12 pitchers on the injured list, 8 of them on the 60-day IL, meaning they don't count against the 40-man roster. And with Kershaw getting ready to return, someone's got to go. Casparius could be the odd man out. Here's the logic. We've got holes in the outfield, especially center field, where Andy Paez is still trying to find his rhythm, hitting just .179. And if we move Tommy Edman to center to plug that gap, second base becomes a question mark again. Casparius could be a solid chip to land a versatile defender or a power bat. He's young, controllable, and showed ice-cold nerves in October. A lot of teams would want that. So what do you think, Dodgers Nation? Would you trade Casparius to address a need? Or would you rather keep him in bed on another playoff breakout? Drop your take below, this one's tough. Ryan Helsley to the Dodgers? The closer with $81 million potential. Alright, let's talk about the potential blockbuster move. According to John Conahan of Athlon Sports, the Dodgers could be serious contenders for Cardinals closer Ryan Helsley. Now, Helsley is nasty. In 2024, he racked up 31 saves with a 2.45 ERA, 0.91 whip, and over 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. Straight up dominant. And here's the kicker, he's a free agent after this season. He's projected to land a contract worth around $81 million. And the Cardinals? They're probably not going to pay that. So that makes Helsley a prime trade candidate. And Conahan believes the Dodgers are the frontrunners to get him. Think about it, we already have 4 former closers in our bullpen: Blake Trinan, Kirby Yates, Tanner Scott, and Evan Phillips. Add Helsley to the mix? That's a late-inning super team. Yeah, it would cost us some prospects, maybe guys like Nick Frasso, Landon Knack, or even Michael Grove. But when you've got this much World Series potential, sometimes you've got to push the chips in. You tell me, would you trade young arms for a dominant closer like Helsley? Or do you think our bullpen's already deep enough? Let's hear it down below. Dodgers fans, the season is young, but the decisions being discussed right now could shape our run toward October. Teoscar returning to the Derby, Casparius on the move, Helsley in Dodger blue. What do you think is the top priority? Let's get the convo going in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, share it with your fellow Dodgers fans, and make sure you're subscribed to latest Los Angeles Dodgers news so you don't miss a single update out of Chavez Ravine. I'll catch you in the next one, and hey, let's bring another ring back to LA.